Hi, and welcome to this episode of Adtastic. I'm your host, Tony Stanall, and today we're talking with Steve Pacheco from the American Advertising Federation. Welcome, Steve.
Thanks, Tony. It's great to be with you all today, and thanks for having us on.
So, for those of us who don't know, and maybe you could even enlighten me a little bit here too, tell us about the AAF.
Love to. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, Tony. We are a grassroots advertising trade association that advocates for the profession of advertising, media, and marketing across the United States. We have about 160 ad clubs from coast to coast, and we have over 140 college chapters on college campuses across all of North America. In addition to that, we do a number of programs around diversity, equity, and inclusion for the advertising, media, and marketing industries. We also recognize talent, and we develop the next generation of leaders for the advertising, media, and marketing industries.
Gotcha. What's an example of a training program or something that you facilitate there?
Yeah, Tony, we reach all the way down to high school students. We have ad camps in the summer, which are deeply immersive experiences that let young people know about potential careers in advertising, media, and marketing. Then at the college level, we have the National Student Ad Competition, which is in full swing right now as we speak, where we get to give students practical experience of working on a real brand with a real budget, with a real brief, so that they can crack the code on that and learn more about what it takes to develop marketing, advertising, and media campaigns. This year's client partner is Oculus headset from Meta, and the young people are learning an awful lot about the metaverse, about virtual reality, about augmented reality, about gaming, about all the different exciting things going on in the metaverse.
Well, that sounds like a fun project. Tell me, from your view, you've been doing this a couple of years now with the American Advertising Federation. What do you see in a trend, or what's new with today's new crop of talent? That's my playing field, compared to some of us old timers who've been around for a long time. Are there different needs, different wants from candidates these days?
Well, if anything, the last 2 years have taught us that, two things. Geography doesn't matter as much as it once did. And so you can recruit and retain talent from all across the United States, where heretofore they had to be in your own market area. And so the mobility of talent is a big issue right now for the industry. And certainly if you're looking for talent, you can reach much further than you normally would in the old days. The second angle of that is that collaboration and working together as virtual teams has really taken the headlines, and more work is being done remotely and through teamwork, not necessarily sitting around a table like it was in the older days as well. So the new entry into the advertising, media, and marketing place needs to be mobile. They need to be adaptable, and they need to be able to collaborate at a moment's notice with a very diverse group of other professionals.
Yeah, that's very different from as little as 3 years ago. One of the things I'm seeing and I'm a bit concerned about is culture. Last area I'd like to just ask you to briefly talk about is, what this remote or, working remotely, working from home phenomenon will do to corporate cultures in ad agencies, and what should we watch out for?
Well, great question, Tony. And the ultimate test of an agency and a client relationship is chemistry, and how the culture exists between a successful client and an agency that's doing great work for them. So what I've seen over the last 2 years is that that's been tested at every turn. And indeed, you got to make sure that you can get along with your counterpart through Zoom rooms, through virtual calls, and through things like that, instead of being face to face in the same room. that presents some certain and special challenges across the board. So we're trying to equip our students and folks that are coming up through the talent pipeline that we've created for the industry to do just that and to be adaptable and to understand the new working order of how relationships are built and nurtured and how work gets done. And the ones that are going to be able to succeed at that are the ones that are going to get those jobs in a very competitive marketplace.
Yeah, that's great. You're doing the Lord's work, Steve. Thank you for joining us today.
It's a point of passion for me, Tony. I came up through the ranks and actually competed in the National Student Ad Competition from the AAF. So I've been involved for over 40 years in one way or the other. It's a great organization that means a lot to so many, and in many cases has given young people their first start into the advertising business, which is not that easy to break into. So we're excited about the future. We're grateful for our support, and we're thankful for this opportunity to share the news with your audience.
Well, thanks for coming in, and have yourself a good weekend, a good holiday weekend.
Thanks, Tony. All the best.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Adtastic. To find out more about Steve Pacheco, just go to dailyadbrief.com and you'll find out more. See you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.